Before we get started, this happened when I was working on a Suburban. I was trying to put some sill things in for the missus, and I whacked my head. Working on a newer vehicle. I hate newer vehicles. You sometimes I hope you choke.
A little bit. It's all good.
All right, today what we're talking about is we had a viewer write in and say something to us about, hey, why don't you talk about distributor vacuum can position on a Ford? And he's right. This is an issue, and I see it a lot whenever we're dealing with Fords out here in the jungle. This vacuum can is not supposed to sit here. It's actually supposed to, when everything is said and done, be sitting straight, pointing right at the radiator. About 80% of the time, I don't get that. What I see is here, over here,
Wherever it runs right at.
Exactly. Wherever they find that it runs well at, they leave it there. So what we're going to talk about today is a couple of ways to fix this problem right here. One of them, very easy, very cheeky. The other one, really hard and probably something you don't want to do. But we're going to talk about it anyway. Aren't we, Cam?
Always. Man. All right, so the first way that I'm going to talk about is the easiest way, which is to simply pull your spark plug wires and rotate them 1 point. So you would go down the line, and then you will loosen the distributor body and just rotate it back into position. You want to do this 1 turn at a time and just crank it up, set the timing back. The best way is to use a timing light as always, but you can vacuum tune it as well, which works perfectly fine. So that's the easy way to do this. The not so easy way, all right, so I've gone and moved the spark plug wires. Now, one point that I want to make is you are moving the spark plug wires opposite the way you need to rotate the base. So if you need to move the vacuum canister, in my case, I need to rotate the base of the distributor counterclockwise. So I rotated the spark plug wires clockwise. It's just reverse of where you need to move the vacuum canister. So right now, our rotor is right about here in the distributor, and I've moved number 8 spark plug wire to this point. So I'm going to rotate the body. Okay, so that is straight with me now. So I'm going to tighten the distributor down and check exactly where my rotor is. All right, so my rotor is right there. All right, and I am right in line with number 8 again. So we should be good to go right there. So we are going to find the keys and see if we can start this thing and then vacuum tune it in.
All right, Cam's gone in and changed the plug wires. I'm going to tell you a couple of caveats that you can run into if you do this by taking the distributor out. One of the reasons we don't want to do that on this particular engine is we have no idea. Whatever is below that is going to be a problem. Now we will be forced to take the distributor out whenever we do the intake manifold, but at that point there's a couple of other things we're planning on doing to this engine to detail it a little more. So you just have to keep that in mind. And what the problems can be is this: if the oil pump drive shaft does not have the star washer on it in the correct place, you can pick everything up, pull it out, and the distributor will magically decide at that point to release the oil pump drive shaft, and sometimes it will fall off to the side and into the oil pan, and now you have a real problem. So the best thing to do would be to do what we've done here. Get another set of plug wires and just move your position on the cap like Cam showed you, and then change out your plug wires, cut them and make them custom. We're going to show you how to do that probably in 2 weeks. We've got another video coming up for this next week, but that's it. It's just that easy. Now we're going to try to start this thing up and see what we get. All right, we're filling up the bowls right now. This thing was dead empty. We have a problem with the fuel system on this car. I'm not sure what it is. It's going to require us to do something else. I am going to skate out of here. This is always a good idea. Don't stand with your knees locked up against your bumper while somebody starts the car, because you just never know. It may be in drive. And with these things, if it's in drive, sometimes if the neutral safety switch isn't where it's supposed to be, they'll start right up. Hit it! It's gonna need a little bit of tuning because of where it's at, but I don't think it's gonna be that bad. You'll be moving very small amounts. Your distributor is sitting where it's supposed to. That's the next phase of your detailing. I'm gonna close this bad boy out, get out of this heat. How did you jack your wrist up? Doing this?
I don't know. That is actually an old weightlifting injury. It caved when I was doing bench press one day, and it's never been the same
It's never
since.
been the same.
Stranger.
Man, you just... Hey folks, what we did here today, this is something that we saw in the comments and I liked it. I was like, that's a really great idea for showing someone who's working on a car how to set it up and get it ready to rock and roll in an easy way. I actually have done this before, my 72 Mach 1, which is over that way. It's somewhere. On the 72 Mach 1, I did the same thing. We had the distributor where it was tuned in just nice, except the distributor wasn't sitting straight like it's supposed to. So we did just what we showed you here. We took the plug wires, rotated them around, and we were able to put the distributor where it needed to be. So that's something you can keep in the back of your mind as a little tip for yourself or anybody else you know. Tell them to watch the episode though. You know, we need those people. Do me a favor, go out and check out the Patreon account. At the $10 a month level, you get monthly meetings with me. We have meetings on Zoom where we have a bunch of people show up. It's a lot of fun. And then I am also starting to do something else because you know I don't have enough to do.
Yeah, you're not busy enough.
Busy enough. We're going to be doing special videos for the guys on for the guys on Patreon. This does not affect anything we do here. These videos that we put up on a weekly basis on Manic Mechanic and Auto Restomod, I'm not going to have any effect on that. The other thing I'd like for you to do is go out and subscribe to the channel. This is becoming more and more important for you to be able to see what we're doing so you can watch the videos and help us go up in the rankings. YouTube has changed their algorithm setup somehow, and it's hurting a lot of the smaller channels like us and some of these other guys. There are people in the million, million subscriber rank.
I've seen massive drops.
They've seen massive drops. So we're experiencing a little bit of a problem right now with that. So tell everybody you know, subscribe to the channel, click the bell for notifications so you'll know when we're getting our new stuff up, and then, please just do that. I'm not even worried about the 100,000 anymore. I don't
In
really
a
give
year.
crap. In a year. I'm not even worried about it anymore. I'm like, you know what? Let's just survive for right now. This is great. I like the survival side of it. So that actually went pretty easily on camera. Off camera, we had so many problems.
The joys of working.
We have a fuel problem on this car that we just discovered.
Yep. Fuel pump wouldn't pick up until we filled the fuel bowls up and turned the key on, and then the fuel pump decided to
start spraying everywhere.
Yep.
It's a great time to be alive, isn't it? I mean, you think, well, we put an extra fuel pump on it, we've got a can on it, we do all that, we fill the bowls up. As soon as we do that, and we're standing there and we start the car up for the first time off camera, it starts pissing everywhere.
Yeah,
the pump starts working.
Because it was the least opportune time for it to happen. So it was the most likely time for it to happen.
It's like a hydraulics leak on a machine. Turn it on, turn it off, turn it off, turn it off.
Or as soon as you get to the place where you don't want to leak oil, it leaks oil.
We cannot have an oil leak.
Yeah.
Oh no.
This is the spot where you get a ticket for dripping oil.
All right, folks, you guys have a great week. Be kind to each other, be nice to each other, love on each other. We'll see you next time on Auto Restomod.
So where's the closest place with air conditioning?
Well, it really ain't here because I'm not paying for it. I mean, this place is it's about to go on the market in about a week. Hint. If you want a house in South Carolina that has been a studio facility,
It's got heritage.
It's got heritage, it's got air conditioning, gosh knows. I wish this thing was in there because then it would be a lot cooler to do all this stuff. Cam and I wouldn't look like we've been taking a bath and a shower. Speaking of, I got to go work on that now. I do the lamps out
You just
here.
keep talking and you'll remind yourself what you're supposed to do. Just random stuff.
I can't even go get a beer
Yet.
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 I was gonna say yet.
Yet.
You guys have a great week.